Hello, welcome. Hello. I'm gonna try this short sword thing again. I did try it out briefly. And I know what the problem is. It was me. I messed up. I tried it outside of stream. I forgot to do something. I didn't know there was a requirement to do that quest. I shall show you, but first of all, let me grab this. I totally messed up earlier on. Totally messed up. It's because I didn't upgrade my settlement properly. I didn't know about it. I tried to look up. There was an issue where people can't select the quest givers for the festivities. I thought that was yeah, I thought that was an issue with me as well. Reloaded a few times, you know, pushed around that quest giver. I thought I could nudge them back to their position, but nope, nothing to do with that. But apparently that is an issue. They didn't specify if that was a specific quest giver that was having the issue. It was just some quest givers had that problem. Like they're just not in the correct position or something like that. And that problem happened. Oh. Eight, eh? Yeah. I was gonna write up a thing on the forum, on the Ubisoft forum, technical help or whatever it is, to try to find out if others were having that issue, but I tried the game again. I was looking around going, oh wait, it says test your metal on the map itself. I think the quest was available, but when I tried click on it, where is it? It was part of that one. It is this, because I didn't build my barrack, right? I thought I saw test your metal here, and I had clicked on it. It's not here anymore. I might have dreamt about, might have not looked at it carefully enough, but I thought I saw test your metal. I think that's what it was. I clicked on it, but then it disappeared, but it selected river to raid. All I had to do is just build that up, and I'd been neglecting it because I didn't bother with river raids and upgrading the settlement. That's the problem. But yeah, after doing that, it worked. I didn't go to fight, but the quest giver was selectable, from what I can tell. So I'm gonna try it again. I hope it doesn't bug out. It shouldn't. I'm just gonna grab some of that first before we go there. I don't want to jump from there. You don't know how where she's gonna jump to. Alright. Save that. And we shall travel back to base. The other thing is, you can customize your Viking. I think that's what they call. Whatever the heck my base is. I keep losing it. There it is. I didn't know needing the barrack was a requirement to doing that festivity, but they might have said it somewhere and I missed it. There we go. So this is a requirement for the raids as well. I'm sure most people have done this by now.
With this, we can recruit more warriors. Now I can build the most vicious crew ever to sail the rivers of England.
Did I miss something?
Our warriors now have a place to rest and train.
A fine shelter it is. When word gets out, it should attract many Jomsvikingar to fight with us. Which reminds me, a few of your raiders are chomping at the bit in hope of becoming your second. You ought to pick one.
Oh, here we go. I thought I was scared. I was like, oh no, did I miss something? So this is what happens. You can change your clothes and weapons and stuff like that. It's just for the looks. This is what I picked before. I'm just kind of surprised the game remember what I picked. But I might change the appearance. Reminds me of Folke. Yeah, you can't pick a different look after you selected this. And hairs like this sort of reminds me of Ivar now. I try to avoid that. Might go with that one. She has a better looking gear, like the look itself better than what I'm using. I don't know if I should give a hammer and longsword. Pretty cool that she can use longsword one-handed. Pretty cool. Why is this sword in a weird way? Sorry, you can probably hear the door here banging. Pretty strong wind. Are they exactly the same? Can she actually use two at the same time? That's the question. Maybe she can't. It looks like she is. What? You can't use that boot. I don't really like that belt piece. I mean, I like this arm, the chest piece, but the belt, I don't know. Just not really a fan of that. Big bulky things. What? She doesn't have the full cloak. What the heck? That's weird. Not really a fan of this sort of shoulder piece, pauldron, whatever it's called. But the rest seems okay. Not a fan of that one. It looks weird without the rest of it. Don't really have a lot of choices. I mean, wait, what? Yeah, I might go with this. Oh, that's a sign. From Blood Eagle. Great. Graphics didn't load up. Graphics didn't load up. That was like supposed to be. I mean, I've seen. Where is she? There she is. That's supposed to be dramatic. There she is. Oh, the color's really good. Very disappointing that that intro didn't come up. Alright, let's try it now. Hopefully it works. There we go.
You must be Eivor. I am Svinda. Gunnar asked me to help forge and repair weapons.
Well met. I'm happy to have the extra help. Why have you set up at the fistfight grounds?
Sunniva told me you would not mind if I used the fight ring to test my weapons. I've actually made a bit of a game of it. That way I can test my mettle while your warriors practice for battle.
Using
good to
real
me.
weapons. Do you wish to kill them before they set foot on the battlefield?
Ha! No! There are rules to my tournament. You must yield once you've had enough and take time to heal. Was Sunniva wrong to let me set up this tournament?
No, no need to worry. We could all use some combat practice. Competition breeds camaraderie.
Yes, camaraderie. In fact, everyone in the tournament must choose a second, an ally to fight by your side.
I have a Jomsviking in the barracks who'll make a fine ally.
Very good. I've prepared 3 different types of weapons for you to test. Are you ready to join the tournament?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Good. Choose your weapon.
Someone just spit.
This has a good weight to it.
There are 3 rounds with no breaks in between, and stop fighting if an opponent yields. Are you ready?
Yep.
Ready.
Let's
and
do
eager.
this.
A true warrior. Also, the fights will likely be unfair depending on your opponents and the weapons you choose. And remember, it won't be one-on-one. May the gods grant you luck.
Wait, what? Not one-on-one. Welcome.
Fighters ready? Begin!
Whoa, this is fast.
Vikinger of legend.
You alright? I don't know what the top bar is for. Whoa!
Always more enjoyable than else.
Oh, this thing just stun locks them. Thanks.
Let's see how you do on your own.
He just walks out, you're not gonna watch?
Battle sweat flows.
I give you the last Draenor standing. Eivor of the Raven Clan.
Cool.
You have certainly mastered that weapon. Here, some extra tokens. You deserve them. $15?
This is gonna take forever. Alright, let's do it again.
Eivor, ready to join the tournament?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm ready.
How many of these do I have to do?
Choose your weapon.
Was it Eivor that kept spitting?
This has a good weight to it.
Kind of reminded me of Far Cry 4 when I
There are
keep
3
doing the
rounds with
arena.
no breaks in between, and stop fighting if an opponent.
Ready.
A true. Also, the fights will like. And remember.
Like, I had to keep doing it to unlock a weapon. In Far Cry 4.
Fighters ready? Begin!
Gold grunt me strike.
Always more enjoyable with an ally.
You're good.
You're finished.
You two fight well together.
That guy's gonna die. Thanks again.
Let's see how you do on your own.
Blood for Odin! Too close. Back off. Come. Can I help you?
Can I help you?
I give you the last stringer standing. Eivor of the Raven Clan.
Ooh, 5. That's good. I'm gonna do a few more of these.
Eivor, ready to join the tournament?
I'm ready.
Good.
This is a good...
There are 3 rounds with
Ready.
a true war. Also, the fights will and Fighter, begin!
Nothing here for you.
You two fight well together.
Out of my sight! Enough!
What?
Always more enjoyable than ours.
What the?
Nothing here for you.
Good job.
Let's see how you do on your own.
Won't take long. Too much.
I give you the last stringer standing.
Oh, it's gonna take a while, isn't it? I mean, I can try the other weapons. Hang on. Where's that guy that sells stuff? There he is.
What's wrong with you?
Good day
Sorry.
to you, novice.
Eivor,
Show me what you have.
have a look.
280. We're getting there. Oops.
I'm off. Be well, friend.
See you soon, Eivor.
Eivor, ready to join the tournament?
Yep.
I'm ready.
Good.
This...
There are 3
I
rounds.
think it's
Ready.
Eivor
A
to
true
spat.
warrior. Also, the fights will likely be unfair, and
It's another spitting.
fighters ready? Begin!
Time has come for
Ow.
You two fight well together.
Keep your distance.
Thanks.
Let's see how you do on your own.
going to split you. Keep back.
What?
Can I help you?
Ooh.
Go away. Too close.
I give you the last stringer standing. Eivor of the Raven Clan.
Sweet. Now we got them all.
You are going to Francia?
Their king is named the Fat. Not Skull Crusher, not Bloodstorm. The Fat. It must be a land of riches.
I was about to say that. It's alright.
Good day to you, Norbert.
Eivor,
Show me what you have.
have a look.
Yes.
I must be on my way now. Goodbye.
See you soon, Eivor.
Thanks. Wait, before we go to him to upgrade.
Greeting.
What do you have to...
Draugr shield.
I have to go. See you soon.
Go with your gods.
Thanks. I'm kind of jealous of that armor. I feel like changing mine to that. My Jomsviken Viking
And what can I do?
member.
Nice to see Sigurd back where he belongs.
Yeah.
May I see your stores?
You have a keen eye for quality.
Do I though? Do I not have 2 armor?
I can get you that one easy.
What am I wearing?
You like the looks of that one?
Hmm. Do I want to enhance my sword? That's the question.
Is that what you want?
Dunno, Gunnar. Three.
Ready for battle.
I must take my leave. So long.
$101. What's the fastest weapon? This is 53. 57. This is the fastest. Stun 110. I can't enhance it. I can't get this any higher, I think. Ah. When high life, successful hits have a chance of increasing attack. Well, that was that, wasn't it? That was that. Alright. Try to do one main quest line. Just give me a second. I'm gonna readjust a few things on my stream title. Just want to get that short sword, even though I'm not really going to use it. Maybe at a later stage. But the spear has been doing its job. So far, I'm not going to do that. Challenge of the gods stuff. That's the one I want to do. Still running around with a spear and armor set. Just doing about 100 damage only, which is not much. Or less. Quite clearly, I don't know how to use this properly still.
Show me what lies ahead.
There is a charisma thingy at the town. Flighting. Might do that as well. There's one up there. There's a few up there. I think I picked up like 18 at one point.
A worthy pyre for Hemminger Jarl. His journey to the halls will be heralded by roaring flames.
Bit cold is sitting on the ice.
Eivor.
Drengur.
Sunniva, thank you for coming.
The sight of old friends lets my heart rest easy.
We came as soon as we heard, bearing gifts for Hemmingur Jarl.
The celebration will last many days. How soon shall we begin?
The pyre's construction is underway, and all of our guests are lodged and welcomed. We could begin shortly.
Good. You handled this well, Tryggvi.
I pledged my life's oath to Hemmingur Jarl. There is nothing I would not do for him. The Althing must be held when the week is out and the funeral is done. The nobles of this shire will name Vili the Jarl of our clan. This assumes they will be sober after a week of drinking and weeping.
It will be a grand funeral. Father will have a clear view of his lands from here. The flames will burn bright and tall for all the Shire to see. You've done well, Tryggvi.
This was his favorite spot in the Shire. I suppose we should get started. Our guests need looking after.
I will look for you later, to save you from them, once the mead has really soaked in.
You are a true gift, Eivor. Thank you.
Me.
Tryggvi is Hemthor's rock. With him around, the city can keep its peace.
He's a good man.
I must be away for a short time, Eivor. I want to retrieve something for my father. A gift.
When did you have time to make a funeral gift?
It was something I had hoped to give him in life. You must see it to believe it.
I brought a gift from the Raven clan. I stored it at the watchtower on the far side of Hemthorpe.
Very kind, thank you. I should like to see it.
I should look over the gift first. It must be worthy of Hemmingar Jarl.
There's a heaviness to your look, Eivor. What troubles you?
Hemmingar desired my counsel before he died. Wanted my opinion on the future of this clan's leadership.
That would be Vili, would it not?
If tradition held, yes.
Tryggvi has tasked me to help the Volva with the sacrifices. Could we speak with her to ease your thoughts?
It is a good idea, but let me go alone.
Why? Why let me go along? He did ask right before he died, that guy. He was like, which would you think? I was like,
Set scouts around the village. The people here must mourn in safety.
Sweet. Multiple quests accepted. First things first, let's get some of that charisma going. Never know when you're gonna need it. Oh, we should upgrade my horse.
Good day.
$200. Yeah, we're gonna afford that.
You will benefit from the skill upgrade.
At its peak, $400. Perhaps later.
That's all you need?
No, it's cosmetics. I'm alright. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
I'll see you later, friend.
I know, I have enough that I could spend on getting the stamina up to another level. Actually, nope, that's not the... Well, it's a shop, but it's not. Didn't follow the indicator.
Hemmingur Jarl was always fair and kind to us.
Us as well. Have you seen his son, Villy?
Have I seen Villy? I wish to see more of him.
Don't we all? Oh Lord, please forgive me.
So I don't think there's a problem. Where is it? No problem at all.
What a perfect figure you have. Poised, powerful, perfect.
Me?
Yes. I cannot help but
Thanks.
wonder, is your flighting as striking as you?
How do you mean?
I draw smiles from the women and winks from the men. I'm a poetry lover who's skilled with his pen.
Sounds
If you
good.
fancy a round, then approach and come speak. If you're lustful for verse, then I've got what you seek.
I'll flight with you.
Perfect. Would you like to make it interesting?
Sure.
With a wager, I mean.
Big bet is 200 now.
My wager.
Thank you. Are we ready?
Yep.
Let's begin.
What know you of the power of fleets to seduce? Are you even aware that they have such a use? See, your weapon lies not in your belt, but your head.
You're a fool and a braggart, and simply obtuse.
Expected you to be a bit smoother. No matter, let's keep at it. I could feel when you entered, the room became warm. Though I doubted your flighting, I quite liked your form. On your every word, I can
Yeah,
say that I'm
flirt
hung.
flight.
I'm as good with my lips as I am with my tongue.
Yes, more!
Yeah, I thought
I
so.
could fleet more sweet nothings inside of your ear. Though I warn you, they're some of the lewdest you'll hear. But instead of just telling, I'll happily show.
You are not so appealing, and thus I say no.
You're brilliant. Are you certain I can't convince you to tarry a moment? We could go somewhere and,
It was only a flight. My winnings, please.
Yes, of course. It was just a game, yes? Friendly banter?
Of course, a
It's
friendly
been a true
banter.
pleasure.
It's fine. Don't mind you asking. It's all good. Oh, level 5. Thank you. It's all good. It's all good. Feel free to ask. 300. We're in a bit more. Hang on. Maybe there's a shop we can sell some junk. Is there a shop in this place? What is that? An armor smith or something? What is this?
If it is strength you require, you need look no further.
Oh, it's recruitment Jungsviking. Yeah, this belongs to someone else. That's pretty
I'll
cool.
be here should you call again.
Kind of reminds me of Dragon Dogma's thing. Sort of. Oh, blood and gods. Hey? Oh. Wait a second. What? Oh, we can seek the seer. Should we talk to the seer first?
Cast about this land, my friend.
On that side, eh? Should we talk to these guys first?
This is an outrage!
Our strong feelings for Hemming come with much grief.
It's gonna activate an odd quest. Just hang on. I think that's what's gonna happen.
With Hemminger Jarl gone, can Willy hold the reins? Will he guide us true?
Þegar Ölfur afhöggvast. Það var gott gaman. Ölfur og glensaði og naut sólar á síðasta degi sínu meðal var.
Eigum að skipta. You are the wolf-kissed one. The raven of battle whose fame grows with each waxing of the moon.
I struggle with the choice Hemminger left for me. I would have your counsel on the matter.
A slaughter must be made. Many sheep at the bottom of the sleeping Jötun, before the pyre is lit. Follow.
Alright, seer.
Sakna Kárs, veistu? Hann var sváblíður og nokkuð tekinn. Nú blóð hans gaf gott regn í ár. Þótti ásamt
Aldrei ábyrgjast manni, eins og kom mammas.
Come, creatures. You are to serve the gods and bid them welcome our beloved Hemmingur Jarl with ale and open arms.
What? She just talks to them and they just follow?
Do you have the gift of foresight, seer? Can you augur what is to come?
I see what need be seen, when it need be.
A great gift.
A great burden.
Did Hemminger Jarl consult you often? Did he unburden his woes?
We spoke often. Yet too often he left with more burdens than he brought.
He worried about the future of his clan. About who would be Jarl.
Speak less, lest our words draw foul spirits to dog us.
As you wish. Volva,
Your heart is restless, your mind clouded. You seek more than a guarantee of good omens.
I seek the gods' wisdom.
You wish to know who would best serve this clan as Jarl.
I do. Between Vili and Tryggvi, there's no clear choice.
We stand in the shadow of the giant, the great keeper of secrets. Here, you'll find a drink of the resounding sea. Ascend the sleeping Jötun, consume the waters, and meditate at its peak. Do not seek answers to your questions. They will find you.
What? What the heck?
Ascend the sleeper, take the drink, and meditate at the peak. Let the answers you seek find you.
Oh.
Survey the area, Sunan.
Hold up. We were here before. Trying to get to the waypoint thingy. What are we doing? at its peak.
This is the summit. To seek an answer, I should clear my mind and still my heart.
Alrighty.
Hemminger Jarl, is it truly you?
Of spirit, not of flesh.
Why have you not reached Odin's Hall?
I will in time. As the flames of my pyre burn, I will ride the path of wood smoke to the All-Father's Hall of Champions.
I am grateful to see you once more, Jarl. I struggle with the task you set before me. To choose your heir is not an easy thing. One man is beloved, but does not want the task. The other man is fit for the task, but is not favored.
I could not give you any more counsel in life, Eivor. So too in death am I rendered silent.
Forget wise counsel and rational arguments. What does your heart tell you?
My heart is stopped. It says nothing.
This should not be my decision, Hemminger. The choice was always yours to make. You were their chief.
As Sigurd is your chief. But that does not quench your appetite for glory as you covet his place upon the high seat of your clan.
I do not seek to replace Sigurd. Fate weaved our futures long ago. We're only following its pattern.
Yet you see it coming. You welcome it.
Shall I renounce my fate then? Abandon the path to glory I walk?
No. I want you to die in defense of it.
What? I wasn't expecting this. Droga.
This is not how I remember you.
Oh, whoops. What the heck? What? This is terrible. What?
You left me too soon, Hemminger Jarl. Your Shire's fate is uncertain.
Ow.
Hit harder, Wolfgeist.
We'll try. Ow.
Your edge is blunted by indecision. You late warriors now, never waver.
You did, Hemminger Jarl. You did.
Dang. Didn't use any of my specials
You
properly.
pushed me, Hemminger. I never intended this.
Have no regrets, save for you have given me the great battle death I sought in life.
You old fox. Was that the point of riling me up?
The All-Father. He comes to welcome me to his hall. And I must follow. The choice you make will be the right one.
What? Am I gonna have to look this up? Oh, I want that spear. Those spears of his. I thought I've seen people use those spears. Am I mistaken? I didn't even get those. Opal. Yeah, how do you get those spears? I want to read up on that now. I hear... it's up there somewhere, isn't it?
You have seen what was needed.
I have. More than enough.
You have seen what was needed.
I have. More than enough.
Is it more than enough? That's what I want to know.
Festive.
Too festive, and too soon.
Evo, you alright?
Fights, and every man soaked in mead.
Bounced
this has
off in
gone
the
too
snow.
far.
Hemthorpe could burn before the pyre's lit.
Gods, have I failed my dear Jarl?
Peace, Tryggvi. I'll do what I can to calm things.
Am I stuck? Uh-oh, I am stuck.
Luseitski ilska thin. Heimskir bæringar.
Stink dásin nú.
There we go.
Leggja í stund á.
Til mig.
They are going to kill him. I told him not to do it.
Come out, you dung-eating rat!
What madness is this?
You dare wash our beloved Hemingir with your filth!
I asked you a question, friend.
There's a Saxon within. One stupid enough to try sending Hemingir to heaven over Valhalla. Now he cowers behind a locked door!
I only did right by his immortal soul!
You will get what is right for you!
Calm yourselves, all of you. I'll speak with him, unmask his true intentions.
Get that stain out here now!
What?
Dat må ju vara rest.
Oh no. Ow. That was embarrassing.
Get that stain out here now!
Oh, we're gonna break it using the arrows. Come on. What? No, 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 no.
Oh my god!
The people are quite upset.
Leave me be! I did nothing wrong!
You should walk out of here on your own before you cannot walk at all.
Yes, yes, I'll walk. Don't hurt me, please. There's a key there. If you open the door, I will follow you out.
I'm not even sure what happened.
You've got the key! Use it!
I don't get why don't you use it? Out of the way.
You'll pay for your wrongs, desecrator.
Enough. Let him speak to explain himself.
I loved Hemingr. I swear. I only want him to fly free in the kingdom of God.
So you drench his body with your filth waters?
Was it your Christian holy order?
Of course. I anointed him in the name of the Lord.
Hmm.
Shut your mouths, both of you. Your antics have outlasted their welcome. Now go.
Just like that, we just solved it.
Be my eyes soon.
We're gonna calm more people, eh?
Podlice, outlagan
Ek hou genoeg af recht lampakket. Monument.
Help! Fire! Save
Again?
my Vodite burned!
What is this Voda you speak of?
A gift without price, fit for a Jarl's lips. But hurry, it catches flame. Help! Fire! Save my Vodite burns!
What?
Help! Fire! Save my Vodite burns!
This thing will blow up. Oh no.
Keep our wits about us. Best to look up.
If this is your Voda, I managed to save it from the licking flames.
You dared Surtur's heat, yes. A most potent drink, distilled from grain by the Rus of Kiev. Dip your horn and have a drink.
I'm alright, thanks.
A bit of drink in the belly never hurt.
Watch yourself. The Voda sneaks up on you quick.
Look at these people. What the? They're beating each other up.
Stretch your wings, Sunan.
Excuse me. Whoops.
Stay back, foul beasts! Help! Flee, warrior, flee! Loki's horde lays waste here.
You mean Hemminger's famous fighting roosters?
Dragons with mighty claws! Save me from their wrath!
We good? I thought I was gonna stab him.
Thank you, mighty Thor. You've
And the
saved my
crowds.
life.
When you sober up,
accident.
steer clear of roosters.
Look at all that.
Order seems to have been restored. Now to Tryggvi, to let him know.
What a waste. What a waste. What the?
I have calmed the guests as much as they can be in their grief.
They mourn. It is to be expected. Still, thank you.
And how do you feel, old friend?
I mourn more deeply than most, I think.
Hemminger would be proud of what you have accomplished here. All you have done for him.
I hope so.
This ache will pass, Tryggvi. With time.
Yes, it will.
Alright, alright.
This is an excellent shield, sir. Gunnar's craft never disappoints.
Indeed.
And here, from the Raven clan.
An impressive shield.
It is good, but it needs a touch of grandeur, something personal for your father. A sigil, I think. A mark to adorn the front. We need an artisan. Is there one in the village?
I know a man. A master craftsman in exile. He lives in a cave northeast of Hemsop. I would take you there myself, but I have Isbjorn to retrieve.
Isbjorn? Your father's spear. Did he not wield it at Ulkethorpe?
She lost it some winters back on a bear hunt. He hit the beast hard, but the spear stuck and the bear fled into the forest.
And after all these winters, you hope to find it again and present it to the pyre. The odds are narrow, to say the least.
Fret not, friend. I have a nose for these things. Seek out the exile. He'll see to your shield. Head on to the cavern, Eivor. Isbjorn awaits me elsewhere.
Alright.
Hiya!
Yes.
What was that?
What do you see?
Back to the cave? Is this the same cave that he went to before? No, it's a different one. Doesn't have the waterfall.
This must be the cave Villy mentioned. Who would live here?
A hermit. Cave dweller. Let's see, there's one of these, eh? Is this right?
The exile must value his solitude living in a hole such as this.
What is this? Nope. Great. Fail. What? Is this right? Doesn't seem right. Am I going backwards? Oh no, my garbage. Oh, there it is. My garbage memory. I was gonna say.
Beard.
Leave the good hermit alone. Let me guess, he wants to fight. I'm almost sure he wants to fight.
You're a difficult man to find. Hemminger Jarl is dead. I was told you're a master craftsman. I seek an etching on the shield to celebrate the life and death of Hemminger Jarl.
The stones. Hemminger Jarl possessed a steady hand and steady heart. Do you possess the same?
Oh no. Stacking stones. Oh no. Not this. Oh no. Oh, we're done actually. Oh, good.
Your heart is not yet steady.
What?
How could it be at such a time?
Hemminger Jarl's heart never wavered.
Yes, Hemminger's heart was as steady as it was large. You've not yet answered me. Will you help me with my etching?
How will you remember him?
By his wisdom, always an inspiration.
The web of Wirth, then. 9 lines that write our fates. Past, present, and future entwined. Is this what you desire?
Does this matter?
I still need to consider. By his unrivaled prowess on the battlefield.
Ah, Gungnir then. Odin's faultless spear. A symbol of power. Is this your choice?
I still need to consider. By his determination to keep his clan safe and his people celebrated.
The mark of Vegvisir. Sight never lost. Is this your decision?
I still need to consider. By his wisdom, always an inspiration.
The web of Wirth, then. 9 lines that write our fates. Past,
I thought I could get to the
future
outside of conversation and save it properly.
Yes, I choose this one.
I will begin.
Or am I supposed to learn from everyone else and say, yep, this is actually what he is? Like having conversations
How
with
did you
others.
come to be here?
Fate. I was given a death sentence. Unfairly, I felt. But a man was killed. Hemminger Jarl desired for me to live. The villagers did not. My sight and exile. That was our compromise.
Thank you for this.
His son will take his place.
That is for Vili to decide.
Vili has no say. Fate has already decided.
The Alding is tomorrow, and a Jarl must be chosen. I should speak with Sunniva about this.
What was that about the bear? Thanks. Is that like a side quest? Not a side quest, like a treasure? It might be. I'm gonna take all these, or... What the... This secret entrance, which I had to open up. Ah. I might look this one up because I'm not entirely sure which one I should be who I should be picking. I want a nice ending. Oh. Ow.
Varför grenjar?
What was that about the bear? Alright, I'm gonna save this properly. And then I'm gonna look this one up. I also want to look up how to get the spear. What? Hold up, hold up. What is going on here? Did I pick the right choice for the shield decoration? I don't think it really matters. did things out of order. Sort of. Not that it really matters. Yeah, it doesn't really make a difference. Doesn't really matter other than who joins you. I mean, he's not... Billy isn't really interested in it. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe it goes against their practices and traditions. We're getting close to the end of this game. How do I get the spear? Hang on. What the? Oh, what? It's Odin's spear? Doesn't look like you can get Hemming's spear. That's confusing. I was like, you gotta be 280, you gotta go to Norway to find him. This is Gungnir's spear. Gungnir. Odin's spear, sorry. Legendary spear. Oh, it's a different quest. Huh. Sorry, this is like the most boring bit for everyone, just sitting there, there's nothing happening. Alright, I could be here all day just looking at guides, and it's a wasteful. Time wasteful.
Did you consult the Volva? And were your questions answered?
Some questions were answered, others I must answer myself. Do you think there is a place for Vili in our settlement? He expressed a desire to live and work with us.
Will he not be Jarl of this shire before the day's end?
That remains to be seen. Some are more eager to see Tryggvi in the high seat.
Eivor, Tryggvi has no intention to lead. He feels duty-bound to follow his master into death.
Absolutely not. My father would never allow such foolishness.
How else can I honor my Jarl, old as I am? This is no country for me. The future is yours, Vili.
The flames of this pyre will burn for my father. You must live. I forbid you to follow him into death. I will not let you sacrifice yourself.
Do you forbid me as a friend, Vili? Or as our new Jarl?
As a man who would see you come to your senses.
Vili. Tryggvi. Each man wears one of Hemminger's boots, with both men unwilling to seize the other.
Does the world need such useless, dithering men? Why not stake a claim yourself? Take this shire for your own.
It is not my place.
Your place is anywhere you lay your head, any hill you summit, any silver you take for your own. Do not limit yourself to niceties.
Snotinghamscire deserves a leader to admire. A man the people can trust. Most love Vili, and he loves them. But he lacks the will to be leader. He could learn. But does he wish to? And Tryggvi, sturdy and wise, and loyal to the legacy Hemminger Jarl left behind. Almost to a fault. But he is old, and his thrill for living has fled him. Hardly inspiring.
You cannot! I
Need
will
a
not
steady
allow
hand.
it!
I am not asking for your permission.
Need a steady
Only
hand
your
to lead.
forgiveness.
Gods, Eivor, put a stop to this fool's death wish.
This is no small decision, Tryggvi. And not without great cost. The Shire will be diminished without you.
But I have nobody left. My life's purpose lies dead upon that pyre.
That is not so. When people look to my father for guidance, who did they see him turn to for counsel?
Hemminger Jarl was my rock. Yes, I gave him counsel, but he made the hard choices.
If Hemminger were here, would he not urge you to wield this wisdom for the betterment of all? And was your vow to serve Hemminger Jarl unto death, or to serve his legacy in life?
I will stay. You have wisdom, Eivor. More than I could have guessed.
Don't say that. I mean, Ava knows stuff. But you lead a whole village of people. You can do it. I believe in you. At the same time, I feel bad for him. Like, is it because he's tired? He doesn't want to do it anymore?
Eivor!
Sunniva!
Picts were spotted moments ago, lurking in the thicket. Vili gave chase.
Arschstick! You should have roused me first. Show me where he went.
Let us wake the others. The dark is lousing with Picts.
Look at the drunken people behind.
The nobles are too drunk to join this fight. It would be a slaughter on both sides.
You know best, Drengur. Just Take care, will you? His rage has consumed him, Eivor. All this anger, this sadness, it has truly taken form.
Arstig was never one to temper his emotions. This was bound to happen. I should have been more vigilant.
Do not blame yourself, Drengur.
He always had me to watch his back, as children. And again now, if this rampage is what he needs to rid himself of the sick that binds him, I will at least make sure he does not hurt himself.
Thank Odin he has the mighty Wolf-Kissed as his shadow.
There are things we do for family, Sunniva. No questions asked. For you, I would have done the same. For any of Raven clan.
We know, Drengur. That is why we are sworn to you. Here, Eivor. This was where Vili saw the scout killed and then charged after the enemy ahead. I will head back to Hemthorpe and make sure our ravens stand vigilant. Return to us safely, Drengur.
Alright, thanks.
Go, my eyes.
We're gonna take the high ground.
Best not to draw attention here.
No.
Let's see you, old friend.
Okay. I'll grab that. Thank you very much. Snakes. Oh, I did miss that. I've got points to distribute. I don't know what to get. Might get that. Didn't get my arrows, did I? What is with that key? Oh, what? Oh, what? Sorry, Vili. I'm grabbing some items. 126. Wow. Available. I thought so.
Eivor, perfect. I could use your aid right now.
Glad I helped you out. Why, Vili?
Stop, Villy. They're gone. It's done.
Pah! I see roosters fight with more spirit.
Oddly enough, so have I.
That sound. Is it thunder?
Footsteps.
Need to fall back. Follow me. Quickly.
Where you going? Okay, grab that arrow. I think he's stuck. Come on, Billy. Oh, I think he's bugged out. Billy's bugged out. Oh no, Billy. You're bugged out, buddy. I hope he can teleport out of here. I don't think he can. I think it's broken completely. Yeah, he's broken. Broken. I'm hoping he can teleport out of here. Like when we get to a cutscene or something, I could be wrong. Yeah, I think he's broken. Billy's busted. Ow. There's a big sigh. What was that? Oh, there you are. Whoa, what was that? I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad he's not bugged out.
Stay with me. Don't wander off now.
Yeah, I was about to say the same to you, buddy. I was about to say the same. Is he with me? Someone's a slowpoke. Beat ya.
Thrilling, was it not?
Nah, it was alright.
Just like when we were children, getting into trouble and getting away.
Save your honey words for when we get out of here alive, Arstick.
You know, it would be cool if we can transfer the abilities of one weapon or armor into... Oh, that was dumb. I shouldn't have eaten that. It was
Definitely
bad.
not good.
Oh, I healed... Oh, because of my abilities. Sweet. Yeah, it would be nice if we could transfer like the bonuses from one weapon or shield to something else, to a different weapon or shield.
Ah, my sword's thunderhammer. That quickened the blood.
Wild and reckless, like our first battles together. Remember the island north of Stavanger?
I do. Kjotve the Cruel trained his berserkers there.
Great lumbering fools, foaming at the mouth. We taunted them from the treetops.
And the drunk one, remember? Naked as the morning. Froze his cock off trying to find us.
Then fell to humping a snowdrift.
What?
Were you glad to hear from me?
I did wonder what trouble you had been up to. But I smiled at hearing your name, and I wondered if you had taken after your father. If you were now leading your clan.
Well, you have your answer. I'd sooner take after a troll and leave this clan in your hands.
That I will not do.
When my father was named Jarl, he had no one to help him, and still he triumphed. But I am not my father. I simply want to roam. Do you think Sleipnir would be content bound to a stable, no matter how glorious it may be? Hey, what is that for?
You have friends, Vili. And what about Tryggvi? And me? And your clan?
Of course. I know that.
You can't roam forever. Keep that in mind. You are surrounded by those who love you. And that will not change. Unless you push it all away.
You speak a truth, I understand.
Troll-faced arstick.
A chicken draugur! Is such a thing possible? For that does not seem possible.
Voda too. A water infused with fire. I do not lie. Your father's death aside, Billy. This has been... good. Fun even.
Do you ever wonder what might have happened if we had not been separated by the North Sea so early in our lives? What adventures we would have had. The raids, the battles, the glory. I even think about what we might have been to each other.
Can't decide.
No. I never dwell on our past that way. I find it slows me down to a crawl. And I'm not made for crawling. I think I'll turn in. Long day ahead.
Yeah, best not to dwell, I guess. And it doesn't seem that way.
Are you going?
With so much on my mind, I haven't slept a wink. The funeral, the Thanes. I should get back.
I understand. I'll see you there.
It's kind of weird that she doesn't talk about the previous places she gone to, but I guess you could do any of them in any sequence.
Really? Gone already? To prepare for the funeral, I imagine.
But we just talked to him. Like, it would be interesting if the characters do make references to the adventures they had before they went to the next place. But yeah, the game cannot accommodate to such an extent. It would just be bogglingly difficult.
So many Danes, so many Norse. This will be the send-off Heminger deserves. All the funeral preparations are in order. Be patient, Heminger Jarl. We're about to send you on your final journey.
I don't know those people to talk to.
Will your god water survive these flames?
It will. And should Heminger Jarl so desire, our god will be ready to accept him into the kingdom of heaven.
Ah, gave him an option as well. He gets to pick whichever one he wants to go to, I guess.
No longer besieged by chickens, I see.
Throw the dragons on the fire with the great Jarl. We shall devour them together.
Tell me, what funeral gift did you manage to offer your Jarl?
Some Voda survived the fire. It will keep Heminger warm in Odin's hall.
If he's not careful, that Voda will burn all of Valhalla down.
Yeah. Anyone else to talk to?
Sure, old friend. It is good to see you here. Is Luvina here as well?
One of us had to stay in Jorvik. She wishes she could be here, but alas, our duties never rest.
Aye, never. Only Heminger Jarl has that privilege now.
Brothers, sisters,
Eivor, we meet again.
Oh, yo.
Halfdan, it's good to see you.
Aye. If only our meeting were to take place during a more joyous occasion.
To come all this way, you must have known him well.
Not as well as I would have liked. But he was a fine warrior and an honest man. One I could trust, and I trust very few. To Heminger Jarl, Skull.
Aye, Skull. I've not seen your face among the Heminger clan. From where do you hail?
I come on behalf of the mighty Halfdan Ragnarsson of Northumbria to deliver a gift to the departed Hemming Jarl. These people are good drinkers and good warriors. Halfdan will be pleased.
Thank you. Oh no, what happened? No, I want to talk to you. Oh no. Did it bug out? It looks like it bugged out. Dang it. That's so annoying.
So many Danes, so many Norse. This will be the send-off Heminger deserves. All the funeral preparations are in order. Be patient, Heminger Jarl. We're about to send you on your final journey. I hardly recognized you outside of your cave.
I regret not seeing my great Jarl again.
You have done him a kindness by being here. Now do him one more. Have another drink, or 10. Will your god water survive these flames?
It will. And should Heminger Jarl so desire, our god will be ready to accept him into the kingdom of heaven.
Solum modo in paradisum. Pax aeterna est.
No longer besieged by chickens, I see.
Throw the dragons on the fire with the great Jarl. We shall devour them together.
Tell me,
Some...
if he's not killed.
Eivor, we meet again.
Yes, hang on a sec.
Brothers, sisters.
Oh, what?
Kin
I can't
and
even talk to her.
Halfdan,
It is
it's
time.
good to see you.
Aye. If only our meeting were to take place during a more joyous occasion.
To come all this way, you must have known him well.
Not as well as I would have liked, but he was a fine warrior and an honest man. One I could trust, and I trust very few. To Hemminger Jarl, Skull.
Aye, Skull. I've not seen your face among the Hemminger clan. From where do you hail?
I come on behalf of the mighty Halfdan Ragnarsson of Northumbria. These people...
Sure, old friend.
One of us had to stay.
Aye.
Is she bugged? Is that why I can't talk to her? Oh, someone else up there.
You have seen what was needed.
I have. More than enough.
What? It's a repeat. I might miss someone. Yeah, I don't know why her conversations do like that. Hang on, let me just double check.
You have seen what was needed.
I have. More than enough.
Yep. Alright. Guess that's it.
Eivor, my father sets forth on his final voyage.
May the winds favor him.
The nobles have offered up their funeral gifts. All but you. Present what you have, and the celebration may begin.
I have it
The
here.
shield.
A shield bearing the sign of the web of weird, woven into the shield as you wove your spirit into our lives. May the skulls sing of you as the gods embrace you. Feast, my friend, in the halls of the free and brave.
Stand at my side.
Speak from your heart, Hemminger son.
Today we mourn the passing of Hemminger Jarl of Snotinghamscire. My father. Our father. He was a towering force. A strength to fear and admire. Now gone. Yet together we are the example of his greatness. I see him in each of you. His love for battle, but also peace. For wisdom, sorrow, and joy. His generosity, his spirit. In you I see his life, and his love of drink. Gods, did he love drink? We are these things because he was these things. Father, we shall be to our children what you were to us. And when they are ready, we will meet you again. Give him a fine farewell.
Sunniva, ride to Hemthorpe and prepare the longhouse for the Althing. The next Jarl will soon take his seat.
What?
Jarl was the greatest man.
Are they freaking out because of the fire? They didn't program that right. Didn't script it right.
Ah, a thirsty foe. Down it faster than me, and you are the victor.
No, I'm fine.
Fear got you then, deep in your belly.
Not quite. Or the morning. Alright, so what now? He was just going a bit mad. Oh, there's like a wild boar there. It's a lot of leather. Calm down. What?
What is to happen to us? Who will we follow? Vili? He is a fine Norseman, but is he ready to be a Jarl?
They just changed the language that I have no idea what they're
Who will
talking
become
about.
the next Jarl? Does it pass from father to son?
Aye, the burden is Vili's to bear. But the lad never wanted it. I'm not sure what is to happen.
Have they given their Jarl a fine farewell?
They have. None drank so well and so deeply as Clan Hemminger's son.
The declaration of succession must happen soon, before we are too drunk and exhausted to remember our names.
I agree. Call on those who must attend. The Althing will begin shortly.
Eivor!
You look uneasy.
Burdened by grief, drowning in mead, and paralyzed by a sword. I stand between that man and Jarldom.
You stand side by side, Vili. One of you must step forward.
My father placed us side by side because he trusted your vision. So what do you see?
Yeah. Trigger seemed to have the ability to do it. Despite his age. I mean, he has wisdom, right? He's been a council. Oh.
I see a Dringer before me. A man who yearns for the glory of battle. Tryggvi should be Jarl. And you should follow your own path, wherever it may lead.
He's not willing to
Off
be
a
the
cliff
Jarl.
and into the ocean, if that is what you need.
You know how to ruin a good moment, Wolfgist.
Some time ago you asked about living with us, as one of our war band. Is that something you still want?
To raid with you and Bragi? Gods, yes. Imagine the blood and mead we would spill.
For old times then, and new alike.
More meat than blood, hopefully.
Watch the look on the old man's face when he hears what we have planned. I stand before you as Vili Hemminger's son, but not as a Jarl. There is only one man with the needed honor and wisdom. Only one man my father deemed worthy of following him. Tryggvi, Jarl of Snotingham.
Tryggvi, not Trigger. When I
May
say
you
Trigger.
walk proudly in Hemminger's path.
What is this?
Old friend, you deserve this. And so much more. Be proud. My future is elsewhere, Tryggvi. I will go with Eivor, to live and fight beside the Raven clan.
I do not know what to say.
Say yes.
Yes. Thank you, Vili. Eivor.
Well done, Arstig.
Until my path leads me home, I serve under your banner, Eivor.
Eivor, let my first decree be Hemminger's wish. An alliance between our people. When you call, we will rise.
As we shall for you, Tryggvi Jarl.
Hopefully it'll be okay. I did look it up. I'm not sure if it makes a huge difference. I mean, both are going in the direction they like, I think.
No one can live up to Hemminger Jarl, but I will do my best to serve in his stead. Thank you, Eivor.
Randvi will want to
I
know
entrust
this.
Vili to you.
It is time I return to the settlement.
Thank you, Tryggvi. Anyone else to talk to? That guy's having a good sleep. Right. That's that. Don't think there's anyone else to talk to, right? Don't mind me, I'm pulling out my bow and arrow. Just want to check. Got 18 arrows. Back to base. So how many more places are left? Oh man, I don't have enough points. The next place is like 280. 280. think it's 280, and I don't have the skills for it, I think. 340. Hold up. It can't be right. Please don't make me grind. I get a feeling we're gonna have to grind. Like, I'm seriously underleveled. Oh. Someone's recruited my Viking.
Well, while you were away, your Jomsvikingar helped to serve other Jarls. Here is the tribute they earned.
Thank you.
I must be on my way now.
That's pretty
Goodbye.
cool. My Young's Viking must really stand out. You alright? Dogs are sleeping. I wasn't expecting that on 100. Very cool. Have I got letters? Hang on. Nope.
Greetings.
I bring fair tidings, Randvi. Hemminger Jarl in Snotinghamscire has passed, but his clan remains allied to us.
Sad news, but you made the best of it.
I saw my old friend Vili on my visit. He has now joined our clan and will serve as a raider on my ship.
I remember the young man. He will make a fine addition to your crew.
Sweet.
I want to see the Alliance map.
Yeah, it's gonna be an area that I... Oh wait, 250. Oh, hold up. Yeah, fine place. Hamptonshire. Or rather, Winchester.
Hytham received a message from Winchester, from someone calling himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ.
Wait, is this
Your
right?
hidden ally. Very interesting. More targets, I assume.
Yes. So what do you think? Could it be a trap?
As a West Saxon stronghold, Winchester will be a rather unwelcome place for you. But that is nothing you cannot handle. If you go, do not go boldly.
Was that Sigurd? I walked by?
I'll make my way to Winchester. The letter asked me to meet a man in white at a house of God, and then recite this phrase. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom.
A passage from their holy book, I believe. Interesting. Go with care.
I'll try. Thank you, Randvi. You look after yourself.
Looks like I have a new letter.
Oh, here we go. What? Evil passage is crossed out. It feels so odd to put pen to vellum after all that took place. I have recovered and am trusting myself into my eldermanly duties. Oh dear, have I started to speak like Kinnan? Sometimes I feel like his spirit linger, like he takes up space in my brain and cannot be exorcised. I ramble. If you still think of me and Gloucestershire as a friend, then I welcome you to try the first sight of Alderman Tudor. if you've time. God knows it is a long ride from your home to mine, your servant and friend. Tudor, he added a drawing of horns to his name. Whereabouts is this? Oh no. Well, like just now I was saying, the characters don't really talk about what's transpired to other characters. I mean, they do talk to Evil about it through these letters and other interactions, like, but not with other characters, I think. Tudor. Gloucestershire, right? Letter from Billy. Thank you for your aid, dear Ivor. You helped me say goodbye to my father and helped me find a place in this world. It's not much, but you should find a small token of appreciation with this letter. This axe belongs to my father and will be better in your hands than mine, Billy. I've got a axe. Sweet. Disappears. Let's have a look. Ooh. Wow. Pretty cool. Lots of damage. Don't think I can increase Carolingian's pike. I mean, other than the upgrade, I can't get it up to flawless. Gloucestershire, eh? I mean, we could take a visit. Where are they anyway? Does it look blurry for a second there? That's strange. What is this place again? I keep forgetting. Wait, what did I just collect? Unknown. Oh yeah, or maybe I've collected it already. But it just didn't clear out. Which one was this? I've forgotten. Oh, this is at the wicker burning one, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I recognize the pumpkin heads. It's not you. Where is everyone?
Rest from rattling skulls. Rattle these bones instead.
No. Sorry. Where?
Sunan, guide me.
What is that? Oh, it's an artifact. Grab that while we're here. I don't know where that guy is.
I must be careful now.
What?
Keep your distance.
I see why this is difficult.
Fire there.
Sorry. Got that without getting in a fight, which is good. Yeah, I don't know where that guy is. Tulder, right? Whatever his name is. Where is he?
I need your eyes, my friend.
He's not at the church. Is he? I didn't see him there. Is he still there? I don't think so. Oh wait, what the?
How have you been, Gwenid?
Well enough, butcher.
Wait, did she just call her butcher? Hang on. Let me read that. Fine.
Modron.
And so you have returned, Eivor Ravenfeeder. But we have nothing left to say.
Okay. Page for Mordred's Leech Book. Tea of willow bark for pain. Bruise the bark before boiling to release the oils. Gwen brought me the bodies of 3 church mice crushed by the footfalls of a horse. She asked me if we could put them in a jar of honey, keep them that way forever. I blame her father for this morbid development. What? Where's that guy?
A charred corpse as a reminder of what came to pass here. It
Yeah.
already feels like an age gone by.
Yeah.
I wonder who remains.
Sorry. Where the heck is he? Knock?
Locked. No one home.
Maybe I didn't look carefully at the church. Maybe he's in there. Where else would he be, right?
Ibi in campo into septimo.
Ich tharve sonnegar.
Ne sorga betam.
Maybe
Rica aven.
Where are you, man?
Sorga if it's swie fei wadaga.
Do you guys know where he is? Because I don't. You in here? No, this is where we found blood. Is he in the cave? He better not be. And this is the shop. I believe.
What can I tempt you with? This could come in very handy. You like that? It could be yours.
Tooth. Some things I want to keep. Moldy cheese, not so much. I'll keep one. I'll keep two.
I'm only buying these because I like you.
Thanks.
Thank you. I always need more of these.
Do you? You have the tooth.
I can always use more of that.
Can you? Ah, broken arm. I can sell you that. I don't need it. Sacred orb. I'll keep that. 54 broken arrow. Bow. Yeah, you can have that.
Oh, good. Just what I was looking for.
Yeah, I think I'll...
Until next we meet.
Next time.
I'm off. Be well, friend.
Okay. Let's go to a hole. Yeah, I don't know where Tilda is. Hang on, let me look this up. Valhalla, Gloucestershire. Where's Tilda? I can't spell any of these properly. He's not where the quest is anymore. This is something else entirely. Left for the longhouse. Hold up.
What have we here?
What? Oh. Take it easy, buddy. Oh, there he is.
Yes, we will still be doing Beltane celebrations come spring. Now, how are our seed inventories? Eivor, you came!
Hello, Tefter. Are you well?
I must say, the sight of you warms a weary heart.
I like these. You have grown into your horns.
Holding two sides of the river together is no easy task. Makes me respect Cunan's composure.
And how is Gloucester?
It's been a kind and uneventful spring of my service. The druid Halewin says the gods are smiling on me. All of them.
After the effort it took to crown you, it's good to see smooth waters and stiff sails.
But enough of that. You deserve a diverting evening of friendship. Come. I've something to show you.
Is he gonna stop?
So the cow pulls itself free
the burning
and careers down the
people?
road, dragging the banner behind it.
Quite the spirited creature. You gave chase?
On foot! Almost all the way to Halewin's cabin! And then again, I looked the fool when they followed on horses. Eivor, may I ask? What is it that you seek forgiveness for? I was raised to be a priest, Eivor. So I know what a troubled face looks like.
I made a mistake. Many mistakes. That rolled together like snow thunder.
What mistake?
I would rather not say. There is nothing to be gained by gawking at a weeping wound.
Well, if you ever need someone to talk to, let me shoulder some of that burden. If you have a need.
That is kind of you.
Thank you, Thepta. Appreciate it. Hey, his crown cap back on. Is that it? Can't talk to him anymore. Thanks. Right. So that's that. That's pretty cool. It's like an extra cutscene sort of thing. Oh, so happened we have to go there anyway. We'll ride there. And then we'll call it quits, eh? For the stream.
We'll need to start defending the mouths of all our rivers.
You do that. Yeah, alright. Oh, is that a horse? That's pretty cool. What do they call them? Pictographs? No, it's like a geographs or something. Oh, you're not gonna jump. There we go. Snotinghamscire. Where's this place? Oh, I see. It's one of those, is it? Oh, it's dangerous. Bear. How do we do this? I can't believe they locked this one behind a tricky thingy. And how do we... Wow, this bear's not kidding. Sort that out. Sorry, bear. How do we do this? Eh? Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to figure this out. If I missed something very, very obvious.
Must be blocked from the other side.
Yeah. Nope. How do we do this? Yeah, I don't get it. Is that even possible? No. What? This is ridiculous. First time I can't get into one of those places. Oh. poke yourself. That's not gonna work. Is it? Nope. This is not possible. No, that was a waste. Glad I was able to retrieve that. Do I have to look this one up? No, wait. Nope. No. Or is it an underground passage? No, I can't get through this either, can I?
What do you see, Sunan?
Snakes. Whoa, hold on. There we go. I thought I had to climb the tree and shoot it from the tree. Excuse me. I thought it was like super tricky. Glad it isn't. Alright, I'm almost done. Almost done. Just gonna grab this. What is this? Opal, sweet. Dang, I'm exhausted. Oof. How long have I been on already? Almost 3 hours. What an adventure. Well, first 45 minutes was me doing the short sword thing. 340? You gotta be joking. Hold up. Now that is 340. I mean, you could try to grab that one. Yeah, might as well. Since we're here, right?
Yeah.
What was that? That's some explosion. What? What the heck was that all about? Whoa, there's loads of wolves there. Whoa, that's quite a climb, quite a jump. Sorry about the noise in the background. Got off a bit too early. The game actually says I'm about 70 something percent completed. Excuse me? What? No. In here's 250. Unbelievable.
Interesting.
What? Kind of funny she says that during photo mode. Alright, that's it for now. Thank you anyone that's lurking and watching this on the archives. I hope you all have a good day or night. Take care and see you all next time. Bye.